So equivalent units of production formed around a production cost report. So the first thing you have to do is you got to get your beginning work in process, and we're going to do it in units to start. Okay. And then what you do is you add units started during production. Okay. And what you're going to end up with is total units to account for. All right. So this would be figured out in units, and you're going to end up with a total number here. And then what you do is you have units that were completed and transferred out. Okay, and then you have, you'd add your ending work in process in units. I'm kind of stressing in units because the first thing you do is you reconcile this in terms of units. Okay, and that would give you the total units accounted for. Okay, so that's how you would initially set it up. And the thing is, they need to equal. So this amount that you come up with here needs to equal that amount. Okay? So this is how our production cost report is structured. And the first step is always to reconcile the units. Okay. Then what you're going to do is across the columns at the top, you probably would come out a row or two and you would break it up into direct material and conversion costs. Does anyone remember what conversion costs are? Conversion cost is the combination of direct labor and manufacturing overhead. So some of the problems will give it to you broken down. They'll give you the direct labor and they'll give you the overhead, and expect you to come up with what conversion costs are. So you just want to be aware of that. Let me get this straight for you. Okay. So what you're doing here is you're going to focus on figuring out the units that can be categorized in the direct labor or direct material and the conversion costs column by the percentage that they're complete. Okay, so you're really only working in this area down here when you do this. Right? And what you're going to come up with is you're going to come up with your equivalent units of production when you get down to this row. That would be the first step. Now I'm kind of just making a shell for you. We're going through the shell of this whole thing. And you're going to perform the whole task again, but you're going to do it in dollars, in cost. Okay. Well, we're going to try and just focus on learning how to do this unit part first. Okay, so keep this in your mind. I don't have any numbers in there yet. What's going to happen is you're going to get percentages. So usually the percentages are going to be associated with conversion costs. Because when you think about it, direct material is 100% complete as far as being direct material. When you get the direct material, it's 100% direct material. Okay, there's nothing more you're going to do to it to make it direct material. So we can always, for the most part, treat the direct material as 100% complete. And then the second thing, going horizontally, anything that was transferred out is 100% complete as well. So in most of these problems, what you're focused on is that piece right there. The units that are left over in work in process, the ending work in process inventory, those units are not complete. And they're not complete because all of the conversion costs have not been applied to the units. Okay, so you're usually going to get a percentage that says, okay, all of these units are complete, or 80% complete as far as conversion costs go. So that means that you would use that percentage, the 80% percentage. Okay, I didn't want to make this a long one, so that's just kind of a